Hey, what is up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel, Fixing It Up with Sandra. And in case you're new here, I'm Sandra. Do not adjust your screens, your computers, or anything like that. I know I have some makeup on. I'm getting so used to like being on here, just, fresh out of a shower, I guess. And so I just got off work, so I'm super pumped to do a tutorial with you guys. Sorry. I was sitting at work and I was like, what should we do? And I was just like thumbing through Pinterest, and I was like, I want to do like a neutral wreath. And you know what? Like, I'm really liking this background right here that I've got going on. I always watch like some, wreath videos, and they always have like the most pretty, they always have the prettiest backgrounds. Like, they have their wreaths and it's all, ready for like photo ops, and here I am just like, well, good luck. Let's see what we've got in the background. It's kind of like an I Spy game. But I decided that I wanted to do a neutral wreath, and I did have, I had already bought I bought a bunch of like burlap and like different textures of burlap. And I say that very loosely. What I mean is poly burlap mesh is what I bought. There's all different kinds of burlap that you can use. So I wanted to do something with this roll, and we're gonna blend it together with something else. We're gonna blend it together with this, which is just another burlap mesh, but it has jute in it from what I have learned by using it. And so, yeah, we're gonna do something like that. Just keep it very neutral, very simple. In fact, I even have neutral colored ribbon like this, and we're just gonna kind of wing it. I don't have anything other than like 2 different signs that I may want to use. So this is like the thick hello. This might be a challenge to get to stay on our wreath. We'll try it if I decide this is what I want to go with. Or this is just very simple home sweet home that I got from the Dollar General. But yeah, this is kind of like, I was just sitting there, I'm like, I want to make just a neutral, simple wreath. And that's what we're going to do today. So let's get the camera pointed down so we can get started. And yeah, try to stay cool because it is hot today. All right, guys, so we got somewhat of a nice angle. I'm trying to readjust so I don't look so crazy. All right, so I want to show you what we're going to do. We're going to be cutting some mesh today. But it's gonna be fun, I promise. So today we're gonna be working with a 18-inch wreath frame, and it's a wire wreath form. My God, say that fast 2 times. You can't even get it out the first time. This is by Flora Craft. That is the wreath frame that we're gonna be using. I got these at Michael's. They were on, no, they weren't on sale, but I just bought a bunch of them because I knew I'd need them. I'm like, wait a minute, did not buy them on sale. And we're going to be using some white pipe cleaners from the dollar store. I have my handy dandy, don't get in there, I don't know if there's a cat in there or not, roller that I got from IKEA. And yes, I am going to be giving some away in the future, so just stay tuned. I will be gifting these super amazing rollers. So now we just have to get started. So I have my rotary cutter here, and what I decided we're gonna basically do the bow method. I think, don't hold me to this, I think we might add some circle, some rolled pieces in there of mesh. I'm not a fan of it. I don't like the way it looks, and maybe I'm just not doing it right, but I just don't like the way it looks. But I was looking at some today, and they were like, they looked really good. So you never know. What I'm going to start doing is just go ahead and wrapping around, or adding my pipe cleaner to the wreath frame. And what I'm going to start with is this crossbar right here. And I'm just gonna do it diagonal so it's on there very secure. So like, here's what I'm doing. This is for the beginners who have never made a wreath. This is how I'm gonna do it. So we're going to wrap it around, see, like that. Am I gonna keep this? See that? And then just make sure that it's on there really secure. And we're just gonna go around to each crossbar and go ahead and add our pipe cleaner. Just do it diagonal, and they're on there really snug, so they don't have any, they don't slide across the frame. All right, just give it a couple of twists. Now you can do this if you're like, I want to make a neutral wreath as well. You can do this with white. I was kind of thinking, I wish I kind of had, I do have white, but it's not the, it's really a wide open, big squares in the mesh. And when I say big squares, see how like these are little tiny squares? They're much bigger, and I don't know the proper term for it until I see the roll. But I was like, I really don't want to add that to this one because I have other plans for it. So, but I think white would look really cute in this. In fact, my neutral ribbon that I want to use in this, and on this wreath has white in it. So yeah, if you're like, I don't have neutral colors, but I do have white, then feel free to use that. All right. It's just about done. And I always like to explain to people, like, because this is what always caught me, like, what always, like, I was always like, wait, how did you do that? Why you pick where you pick to put your pipe cleaners? I have no rhyme or reason why I pick where I pick. It's just something that I've gone, like, over the years, I'm like, oh, you know what? Like, just putting it on every crossbar just seemed to work well for me. You just kind of figure out your own method. There are like standards, like, or like set methods. I don't follow them. I just don't. I just go like and do like whatever makes me happy, and then I can add or subtract as I see fit. So that's my method. There is no method to this madness. So now I'm just going in the center and wrapping a pipe cleaner around these two bars right here, and wrapping it pretty tight so it doesn't move too much. But once you start adding the mesh to it, it'll kind of hold itself together. So, ooh, it is getting toasty in here, and it's probably only maybe like 75 degrees in this room, but still I can feel it starting to get warm. And to some people, they're like, 75 degrees, that's hot. I don't mind it this hot, but I can feel it getting warmer and warmer. So anyways, so yeah, this is going to be hopefully a fast and fun wreath. I'm excuse me, praying that it comes out again like I always do. I'm like keeping my fingers crossed, we just wing it, that it comes out exactly the way that I have it in my mind or that I've seen on Pinterest. I'm like, please don't be a Pinterest fail. So we'll see how this works. And like I said, we'll see if we'll add the circles to it, the rolled mesh. Someday I'll look up all of the proper terms for wreath making, and then I'll confuse every single one of you by using them. Okay. All right, so we have this all on there. This is how it looks. And again, I don't know how many are on here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. There's 18 pipe cleaners on here. 18. And sometimes I feel like I should write that down, but I don't. So we have 18. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut 9 of this style of mesh, and then I'm going to cut 9 of the other one. So this one right here is, this is a 10 by 10. So this is 10 inches as well as this is. So they're both 10 inch rolls. This is a leftover roll, and I have to move it to the other side. This is just like leftover rolls that I am using from a different project. And this is what happens to me. I'm like a child. So like I have multiple leftover rolls of the same mesh. And so I'm like, you know what? Let's just use this stuff up. Okay. So we're going to cut this at 22 inches. First, let me get like a nice edging on this one. This doesn't seem to be as sharp. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we're gonna cut 22 inches off of each one. So we're gonna do 9 of each. And then we're gonna do the scrunchy method. And which is, it's actually my favorite besides the weave method. And you'll see exactly what I mean here in just a minute. Oh, perfect. I'm so glad I'm getting to use all of these little rolls. And yes, like I said, I will be giving these away in the next, so it won't be for another 3 weeks at least. So yeah, there'll be contests on how you can win these, which will be so much fun because I do love giveaways. Doing a giveaway. Oh, look at that, man. Okay, so I'm just gonna save that. See, this is real life. Like, this is how real wreath making is, I guess, when you show it all. So let's get this going. All right, so we've got 3. Need a few more. And you can see that I'm not like, I don't want to tell you guys don't measure it correctly. I'm not doing it 100%, you know, being perfect about the measurements. So if you guys are like, wait a minute, I know. I'm just trying to get them cut. All right, so I know I don't have enough pieces, but we're just gonna go ahead and start with this, and then I'll grab that roll here in a minute. And we're gonna go ahead and cut 9 pieces of this poly burlap mesh that I got on the Wreath shop. And I know tons of people are always like, oh, have you tried the craft outlet? And truthfully, no, I have not. So I can already tell by this texture, this is the one that will come apart. I have cut this with a wood burner and it didn't bother, like, it came out nice and clean, but we're just going to go ahead and cut this with our cutter. But you can use this on a, you cut it with a wood burning tool. I got a wood burning tool at the Dollar General. It was like 10 bucks because I don't want to buy like a really big fancy one because I wasn't even sure like how often I would even use it, if I would like it. And so far, I mean, it's a great little tool. I mean, you know what you're getting when you spend $10 on something. So I totally understand that. But yeah, I actually really like it. So if you're like, well, you know, I want to get one, don't want to pay too much, and I don't even know what they go for on Amazon. So $10, for all I know, it could be really expensive, but in my mind, wood burning tools like go into the $40s or $50 range. So this is what happens when I talk. So yes, and then when you cut it, when you use a wood burning tool and you cut this mesh, do not use it on your cutting mat like this. I'm gonna be honest with you, I used a random piece of glass from a picture frame to cut my mesh on. Now, please know that I have no idea if that's safe or not. It worked for me. I cut probably like 30 pieces on that glass and it held up really well. So Don't take my word as, you know, as the be all, end all be all kind of thing. Just know that's how I did it, in case you're like, well, what do I cut it on? That's what I did. So let's make sure I got 4, 5, 6, 7, 2 more. So yeah, so that's how I did it. But yeah, I was like, oh wait, this is that same texture. I've only worked with this mesh a couple of times, but I really like it. So that's why I got it again. And you can find this type of mesh at Michael's, at least I have. And so that's where I got it. And then when I reordered it on the Wreath shop, it was amazing. Okay, so now we have our wreath frame. We have, I'm just gonna kind of tuck it over here just a bit. And then we have our pieces. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with this one piece. I sure do wish I can like zoom in, and let me see if I can. Nope, not happening. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. I like to fold just, you know, like a 1/2 inch under, and then just scrunch with your fingers. Just go all the way up, try to keep it centered. And with this mesh, it is actually really easy to work with. That's why I just love it so much. And you're gonna end up with a bow just like that, okay? So you're just gonna tuck it. I'm gonna start work on the crossbow. So I'm gonna put these pieces, because this is just a little bit thicker on the crossbar, I meant. So we're just gonna do that and continue this method until we've used up all 9 of it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use this mesh first, and then I will add the other mesh once I got all this on here. And I hope you guys are all having a fabulous week. Here in California, it's gonna be a scorcher, and right before I came on, I saw that there was a fire at the south end of our county. I live in a county where there's a big lake in the center of where I live. There's towns all the way around it. So there's like, you know, obviously the north, east, southwest, and like every town, but it's a little different here when you have a giant lake in the center of your county. There was a fire at the south end, and of course, being in this type of county, you have friends, you know, everywhere. So my heart and my thoughts are going out to my friends right now while I'm doing this, and hopefully we get the fire out soon. We've had some major fires here in Lake County, and I'd like to think that we are so prepared now that we are all able to evacuate and well equipped to handle big fires, unlike before. So anyways, just putting that out there. So it's gonna be a hot one. All right, this is already looking so cute. So look at that. I'm already in love. I'm like, okay, I love this. And like the last few wreaths that I've made, I have not been able to part with. So I have them collecting in my garage. If you're a member of the Fixing It Together community, which is a paid membership, I did a clip of like my garage where my boyfriend built this, you know, thing that goes across the top of our garage door, and that's where I store my my wreaths, because some of them you're just like, I just cannot part with it. So all right, and some people were asking about the pancake method, or they had mentioned the pancake method. This is the way you do a pancake method wreath. And what people might be like, wait, I've never even heard of that, because I didn't hear about that until about a couple of months ago. I didn't even know that that was a thing. I didn't even know that was a wreath. So what it is when you do this bow method, but instead of making it what we're gonna do, poof up, you actually lay this flat and you make it like you overlap these two corners like this, and you make it like a pancake. It's super cute. I really like that method. And it's for those doors that like if you have a screen door on like any of your door frames and you don't want your wreath to get squished, but you want it on your door, not on your screen door, or for those who just have like that really narrow space. The pancake method wreath is really cute. We will be doing a tutorial on that very soon. So if you're like, oh, that sounds right. But yeah, I mean, feel free to look it up on YouTube. Hopefully you'll be back to watch mine when I do it. But yeah, it's a really cute method that I have learned. I have to flip this over because I have to make sure. See, I already skipped one. It's a really cute method as well. And it's, like I said, this is what you would be doing with it. You would be doing this exact same thing, but your technique when you put it onto the wreath frame would be just a little bit different. All right. I'm about to turn on a fan because the heat, boy. All right, now I know I missed one, so I'm going to go back and I see where I missed it. I always have to double check my work. Especially when it starts to get, the wreath frame starts to get pretty full. You know, I always flip it over just to make sure, you know, that I've got every single pipe cleaner that I want filled. So now we're gonna go right here. Okay, so man, I'm like tempted. I'm like, should we just turn this into the pancake method wreath because it's already so pretty? Yeah, this would be a pancake method or style wreath. So right now, I'm just going through each one and making sure that it's all filled. I'm gonna pause this. I need a fan. It's getting hot in here. Okay, before we get on going with this wreath, I wanted to show you something real fast. So I've showed you guys this hot glue gun that I have. It is such a hot glue gun. It gets, man, that glue gets freaking hot. Holy, but it holds really well. I love this glue gun. But the great thing about it is that the same brand has a fan and it uses the same battery that your glue gun uses. So I love this fan. It's just a little tabletop fan. And you can charge it. You can take that battery out, snap it into your glue gun. It's amazing. I absolutely love this fan and my glue gun. So just putting it out there, in case you're like, ooh, what kind of fan is it? That kind of fan. All right, so now that we have the 9 pieces right here, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, you know what? We need more of this. Okay, so I did a thing. I got the roll. I cut the extra pieces so I didn't have to bore you guys with all of that. So now we're gonna add this textured burlap to our wreath. And we're gonna do it the same way, just scrunch it up and find those empty pipe cleaners in here. All right, so now we're gonna start the poofing up of the wreath. And you can either do this as you go or wait till the very end and then do that. There we go. All right. And like I said, I'm still not sure exactly the way that this is gonna look when it's done. I'm still kind of like, all right, let's just see how it goes. It's like making your favorite dish and then you just like, you're adding like veggies and then you're like, oh, wait, what about this? Let's throw a little bit of this in there. Let's throw a little bit of that in there. That's how we're doing this wreath. We're just like, let's just see what it is. All right. All right. Just kind of poofing and twisting. I do like the 2 different styles or 2 different textures of this, and I'm about to show you here in just a second. Let me get one more on, and then I will bring it up close for you guys to see. Let's see where that one's. Okay, so I have that there. There it is. Okay. See how the they're two different you know, textures, but they blend together so well, and it just gives that an extra little pop that I really like. All right. I'm like hunting for each one of these. There. And I'm not sure where we're gonna add the ribbon. The ribbon just might end up being a bow, like a really big bow or something. And how many of you guys do wreath making like this? Do you guys have it all planned out? Do you guys know exactly what it's gonna look like? Or do you guys just wing it like I do? Do you guys just like, let's just, you know, wish for the best, you know, and then go at it? I personally think, like, I do plan some of them where I'm like, oh, okay, you know, like this is the ribbon and all that, but like to know exactly how it's gonna look, I've never made a wreath twice. I've never done that. And so I've never like 100% like I know exactly how this is gonna come out. Which is always fun, because then I'm never disappointed. Which is always a good thing, because it keeps me encouraged to keep doing this stuff. But yeah, and this would look cute even if you did like white. Like instead of like this other neutral color that I'm doing, like if you did white, I still think that that would be a really cute wreath. Oh, I'm just like so in love with this right now. I really like the neutral colors, because this is something that you could, and I'm trying to think of, I know that there are things like this out there, but I'm trying to think of like how you could have like a magnet sign on here. And so you can like change the sayings, or, you know, because if you're like, I mean, this neutral wreath, I mean, this is your decor. You could keep this up all year long and then just change out, like, you know, like hook a sign on it and then never take it down, which is what I'm like, I got to figure out how to do that budget friendly and bring it to you guys. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Mark my words. Pretty soon. It's going to be one on my to-do list with the 500 other things that I've got. All right. Oh, it's just so cute. I'm really loving it. And what's so great, I mean, even though we're using neutral colors and this is, you know, kind of thin, with the other burlap that we used in the beginning, you know, you don't see through to the frame. Like, it definitely hides the frame really well, which is always like a good thing. And I think we just put on our last one. I'm just gonna do a double check. I'm gonna flip the wreath frame over, you know, and just kind of go through and, you know, adjust it accordingly. And I have to say, the one thing that I do love about wreath making is that it's a pretty durable craft. So, you know, you don't have to be extremely delicate with your wreath. I mean, you don't want to manhandle it or anything, but you know, you want to be, you don't have to worry about it breaking. Okay. All right, y'all, here we go. Here is the neutral wreath. I'm gonna bring it up close for you guys. This is what we're working with. Love it. Okay, and like I said, I like to double check my work. making sure that every single one is in there. All right. Let me look at it from afar myself. I'm like, what did I create? Okay. So here's like, to me, this is like a really nice canvas to work with. So I'm just gonna see what this would even look like on here. Like, is this even a possibility? Because this is thick. It's not really heavy, but wreath wise, this is heavy. I'm sure you've all seen this at the dollar store. You could definitely paint it, but you know, for this particular wreath, I'm just gonna go with it the way it looks. So, oh my gosh. There's gotta be a way that I can like super glue this down if I decide to use this, because it just blends so well. I love it. Also, this is another cute one. I like that kind of tucked off to the side. That's my favorite one. All right, so let's see where we're at right now. Now, I did say that we might do circles. Let me just see what it would look like. So what I'm doing is I'm just taking this like random piece of whatever, this mesh, and it's the tail end, so it's, I don't even know the length on it, but I'm just gonna curl it. Okay, this is like with the curl method. That's what it is. So you would get it into a tight little curl, and then you would just pinch it and then add it to your pipe cleaner. We're gonna do it. Okay, y'all, I'm cheating. So I went and grabbed some of this fabric out of my mesh closet. It's really pretty, again, very neutral. And so I wanted to try out the curl method. And yes, I'm so sorry, I already put one on here because I wanted to show you. So that is the curl method. I'm liking it. I'm like, you know what? It just adds another element to the wreath. So let's go ahead and do this. I'm gonna cut 9 of these. I've already got one, so I'm gonna cut 8 more. I'm gonna cut these at 10 inches, and I'll show you how to do this. Okay, so, and this is a completely different, so there's 3 different textures on this wreath, which I think is super cool. So, all right, here's what I have right here with this. Now, for beginners, you can just take it right here and just roll it like that. Okay, you've got your little curl right there, and then just pinch it in the middle. And then what I'm doing is that I'm putting it into the first bow that we did, like that texture bow. I'm putting it in there. So pulling up my pipe cleaners, and this is another reason why I like to leave my pipe cleaners long, because I never know what I'm gonna add into it, you know, and this allows me to change my mind, do what I want. So, there we go. And they kind of have a mind of their own, so we'll just let it be. And then, so we got 2. And this is, yeah, I think this is all jute, I believe, so very fabricy. So is that even a word? I just thought about that. I'm like, is that even a word? The dollar store came out with these rollers right here. I haven't been able to find them since. At my location, I have not been online, so, but these are incredible. I love these rollers. So if you find them, they are definitely worth the $1. I've had these for a while, and I think I got like 3 of them, so I never pay attention to which one I grab, but I mean, they've stayed, every time I use one, it's nice and sharp. I just love it. Okay, so let me just do this real fast. And your little, rolls don't have to be perfect, so don't stress out. That was something that I stressed out with the curl method. I was always like, oh, they don't look perfect and all that stuff. Just don't do that to yourself. And yes, there is a way to make an entire wreath of the curl method. I did that for a Halloween one, which I have to say that I really did enjoy. It was really a cute one. And so I guess I do like the curl method, but it's not my favorite. Okay, let's pick up the wreath and I'll just show you how it looks now that I've got a few on there. I know some people might say, oh, it ruined it, you know, but I like it. Just gives it more oomph, you know. Okay, here we go. I have a big week planned for you guys, because if you watched my live on Sunday, I was talking about how my shop, it's not my storefront, but I do have a storefront inside a vendor mall. It's finally, oh my gosh, it is finally coming together. Like, it's not taking a majority of my time anymore, which is incredible. And I didn't even realize it until one day I was like sitting on the couch and I was like, oh my God, I'm sitting on the couch and I'm not frantically thinking I have to do 100 things. So I have a bunch of stuff planned. So I'm super excited because, you know, I've really enjoyed being here on YouTube with you guys. And if you guys are new, you haven't watched any of the other tutorials, this all started by a fluke. This was this is something that I never even crossed my mind. So this YouTube thing, again, it's like my store. I've got the cart before the horse, and I'm like, okay, I'm figuring it out as I go. So when you guys are still here with me and commenting and liking and subscribing, like, it just means the world to me because, you know, you guys like are keeping me inspired to do this. So let's just bring this camera up. Okay, so now what do you guys think? Okay, so we've added the curl to it. So here's how it looks. I like it. I think it looks really nice. So 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I was like, okay, wait a minute, I missed one. Yep. Always double checking my work. Just got one more to go. So yeah, so again, thank you guys for being with me. And you guys can see the mat. Because I am not a professional at anything that I do. Not even making candles, and I've been making those for years. But I just like to share my experiences because I'm not the only one who questioned a lot of the stuff that I learned and did and saw. So I'm like, wait a minute here. Explain it to me like I'm a 5-year-old. All right. Boop, boop. We got that one board. I swear I'm going to glue it in because there's no purpose for it for me. And I'm like, it just keeps falling out. All right, now it's a beautiful wreath. How cute is that? Ugh. All right. So now we've got ribbon. Okay. I'm like, should I? I don't know. So like I've already this is where my mind's at right now. This is what, like, when you guys are thinking about like how to make a wreath, this is here's how the professionals do it. I'm just kidding. Okay. So I've already got this bow and then I put this ribbon or this curl inside the pipe cleaner. Now, if I want to add ribbon to it, I can easily open up that pipe cleaner, but then I'm like, man, I have 3 things like stuffed into one pipe cleaner. I really want this to show. I don't want the ribbon to overtake it. Now I do have this, but this is kind of tucked in there. So I'm like, maybe we might put a couple. Let's do 5. Let's start with 5 ribbons, like 5 5 batches, and then we'll go from there. I really love, you know, I never knew how much I like neutral stuff, but this I also got from the dollar store. This is a ribbon that I got, and I really like it. Let's see what we were going to, so I've been using straight pins to secure my ribbon, but look, it pokes out right there. So, my bad. All right, how much of this do I actually have? Okay, I think I have enough. So here's how I measure for my ribbon. Oh, I like that. Okay, so that's gonna be, here's one, that's about 8. So it's gonna be, 16 inches. Oh yeah, let me grab my boards. Oh my goodness. I laugh every single time I break this thing out. Okay, so now there is a professional thingy like this. I'm very budget friendly. I grabbed some cardboard, measured it out to 16 inches, wrapped this bad boy in duct tape that I got from the dollar store. It's my 16 inches ribbon cutter thingy. You'll see. So you can buy professional ones. If you watch like certain wreath videos, you'll see them use it. Use cardboard if you want. So you just wrap it around. So I need 5 of these. So I'm just gonna wrap it around 5 times and hopefully it'll make it. If not, we're using a different ribbon. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my gosh, it did it. All right. Now I need my good scissors, not my other scissors. And then what you can do, this makes it so much easier when you go to, like, when you're cutting the same ribbon and you need it like multiple times. And no joke, I've had this probably like 3 or 4 years. That cardboard is hanging on, and so is that duct tape. So kudos to you, whoever created the dollar store duct tape. It works very well. Don't underestimate the dollar store duct tape. It works. So, okay, I've got 5 of these. Now, what do I want to go with it? I don't think I have 5 of these. No. I'm like, Okay, so let me pause the video and I'm gonna go to my ribbon selection and, low power. So let me plug in my phone and let me go find another ribbon and I'll be right back. All right, y'all, I'm back. And so I've got this darker one. Who doesn't love Costco ribbon? I do, even when I don't need it. So let's do 5 of these. 1, 2. And it's insane that, I mean, I'm not hating, but it's just crazy that there's already, like, we're at the tail end of summer, I guess. And so there's going to be a lot of holiday stuff coming out, which I am all about. I can't wait till, you know, Costco starts with their holiday stuff. The dollar store. Oh, I am so ready for it. I am the person that absolutely loves fall. And for me, fall starts in September. That's where it starts. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care that it's still 100 degrees out. It's fall. And so, yes, please bring it on. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, we're going to, oh, that's gonna be cute. We're gonna do little ducktails on our ribbon. We're gonna make them nice and cute. I'm gonna fold this in half. And always make sure that you're getting wired ribbon. If you're a newbie to wreath making, you can be easily fooled by purchasing ribbon online that you believe is a ribbon or a wired ribbon, and it's not. So just always make sure that when you're purchasing it that you read in the description box, especially if you're like looking at Amazon or something. And before anybody says anything, yes, I know Amazon is expensive, but I'm just saying people still buy ribbon on Amazon. I do when I like need it like immediately. I bite the bullet and pay for it. But I have bought on Amazon where like I put in wired ribbon and it will still bring up like ribbon that's not, but you think it is, and then you order it and then you get it and then you cry. And then you're like, I just spent XYZ amount of money on it and I still have to buy a different roll. So just a little tip for y'all out there that may not know about wired ribbon. So I hear the little toenails of my dog. It's so cute. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it's so cute. It's like she's tap dancing through the room. Okay. Get this out of the way. Oh, one more. Oh, two more I had. Okay. And then I don't think we have too much more to do other than add our sign. And I really want to see how I can get that home sign on here. And again, it's from the dollar store. I want to get that home sign. I got some pretty thick wire, so maybe that'll do the trick. All right, now we're just going to pair these up like this, fold it in half, pinch it, and then I'm going to find the pipe cleaner that does not have the circle little thing in it. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. I love it. First one on there and I'm already like, I love it. Hey, let's get the rest of these on here and let's fall in love. I don't think I want to put a bow on here. So many choices. I don't know what I want to do. I'm just gonna do this. Yeah. I'm like, I don't know. It's like when I get a bunch of brand new makeup and I want to wear it all at once. You know, I'm like, whoa, what do I wear today? For you makeup lovers, you know what I mean. I am that girl that is obsessed with makeup. And my favorite YouTube person, I wasn't gonna put it in every one, but I guess I will now. I can't. Oh, I can only do 5. I don't have enough of that polka dot ribbon. I was gonna put it in every single pipe cleaner. Ugh. Now I'm brokenhearted. Okay. Not really. Okay. I was getting so excited. Somebody just popped my balloon. Okay. There we go. 1, 2. There we go. And then this one. I think this is, well, my favorite wreath that I've done, besides the flower one. I just really love the neutral colors. That's just like my jam right now. I'm just like, yes, bring it all on, all the neutral. Okay, we're gonna put this one. Oh, this does look, okay. Even though there's 5, it does look good. Okay, I'm still happy with it. Ready. Oh, there it is. Okay. Let me show you this. Now, for it being neutral color and not having any like, you know, like the little doodads that I'm always like sticking on here or anything like that, this is actually, like I said, just a really pretty wreath. All you neutral fans, I'm sure, think the same, right? Okay, so I left a kind of like a little gap because that's where I would put the home sign. Dude, tell me, that does not look cute. And of course, now that it's sitting up, you readjust your ribbon. But I love that. All right, now let's figure out how to attach this hello right here. Okay, but I think because we have enough material on here that this should be fairly easy. So let me warm up my glue gun and I'll be right back. All right, so I have to be honest, I had to pause the video because I remembered a friend of mine is new to the county and I'm so excited that she's here. But she lives in the area where there's a fire and I actually just had to call her and let her know of all of the Facebook pages and whatnot that she needed to be on to know about evacuations, because unfortunately they are evacuating and power is being turned off in certain areas. So say your prayers for us. But hopefully, like I said, they get it out soon. Anyways, all right, so my hot glue gun is heated up and I am ready to attach this. What I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna do glue, and from that we'll then decide what else we need to do. But I'm hoping my glue gun is gonna be the savior today. So I already have like a spot picked out. And so I didn't have cable for a long time. I'm a music lover, and when I see this hello, I instantly think of Lionel Richie. Is it me you're looking for? Yeah, that's exactly what's playing through my mind. So like looking at this, I'm singing that song in my head. Okay. I'm just trying to place the ribbon like how I would want it. Okay, perfect. Now, let's just trying to keep this super cute while gluing it down. Okay. And of course, once I sit this, you know, bring this back up, it's got to be completely readjusted all over again. So. All right. Keeping my fingers crossed. I really hope that this works. We'll know in about a minute or two. Like I said, I know that this is a heavy piece and I'm kind of like out of frame, but my glue gun only goes so far. Unfortunately. All right. Okay, we're just gonna let that do its thing. Now, I do have wire, but it's green, and so I'm like, oh, I really don't want to have to put wire on this when it's green. So fingers crossed. I'm gonna let this dry because my glue gun had been heating up for a while I was trying to help my friend, you know. I'm thinking that this may work with a lot of glue and one prayer. Okay. All right, y'all. And it did kind of smash, you know, that whole little section down. But something had to give. But in the meantime, I'm gonna try to get this to be all cutesy while we're waiting for this to dry. And I've already cut off all of my pipe cleaners. I did not bore you with that. Okay. All right. I want to make sure that this is so far so good. I'm like, oh. All right, looks like it's gonna work. I'm still so nervous. I want to double check that. Yeah, the glue is still drying, so yeah. Perfect. Okay, guys. This is either gonna be a yay or a nay. It's working. Ah, look at that. It says hello. Ooh. I almost fell. Okay. What do y'all think? I love it. Let me get you guys a different angle. All right, there you go. It does stay up. I'm just gonna let that glue completely dry. But there we go. What do you guys think? Very neutral. And then we don't even have to paint this. That's the way it comes from the dollar store. I love it. All right, there she is. So the hello sign definitely works. You just have to add a lot of glue. But I love it. I absolutely love this. It's so cute. Yep. That's my wreath. That's my wreath forever and ever. And yes, I got a neutral. I just happened to have gotten one from the dollar store during, I think, like fall, because I know they try to color coordinate them with the seasons, but oh, I love it. Love, love, love. All right, guys, so that is it. That is how you can make a super neutral, don't put anything else on it kind of wreath, and it still looks amazing. I absolutely love it. I can see it right there. It is, I'm so proud of her. But anyways, if you guys want more of this stuff, you guys like this tutorial, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. And then of course, if you like all the content, hit subscribe and notification, that notification bell, because I like to upload all kinds of random times and you don't want to miss a video. So yes, you want to be able to see some more stuff like this. Like I said, it's going to be a busy week. I can't wait to show you more of the things that I have over here all prepared for you guys. But yeah, how do you guys like the wreath? Let me know in the comments below. Are you a neutral person, or you're like, no, give me the pizzazz, give me the color? So anyways, thank you guys for watching this tutorial. I will see you guys again in my next video, and have the most fabulous week ever. We will chat again Wednesday, and I think we'll do a little bit of a Wisdom Wednesday to just kind of like re-inspire everybody. You know, we all need it. So there's no harm in, you know, sharing a little wisdom with each other. So anyways, see you guys soon.